y'all doing, man? Hope y'all enjoying y'all's day. Hey, look, Rutgers, Penn State, what a game. This was a quad one for Rutgers at home against a Penn State team who has been they've been good this year. They've been really good this year. A shock to some people, but I saw it early. Like this Penn State team is for real, absolutely for real. So this was one game. If you want to get back into like NCAA tournament talks, if you're Rutgers, you had to have this ball game. Point blank period, bro. Like you were 5-4. You're already 0-1 in the Big Ten to an Ohio State team who has a good net, but has been struggling pretty much. You did want to drop this one to Penn State at home. You got to protect home. If you want to make the NCAA tournament, you got to protect home. And that's what they did today. Huge bounce back, answered the bell tonight. How good was Dylan Harper? He was so good. How good was Ace? I think they were good in like two different ways. I think Dylan did like the real pretty stuff today. The real pretty stuff. Ace did like the gritty stuff. Like, man, he had that one possession late. He just went 1-on-3. It's almost that like it's almost that young and naive, fearless freshman, right? If that was a senior, junior, he's not doing that. He's pulling it out, running offense, trusting it. But he trusted his talent. And he didn't know how he was going to do it, but he was going to go 1-on-3. And if he missed it, he was going to get his own tip in. And that's what happened. I feel like Ace was very gritty today. And for a dude who's, 6'9, 6'10, a bit light, for him to play that physical, to play with that much heart, and, he's very, the knock on him is shot selection and not being able to get rim pressure. He was all around the rim today with his rebounding, with just tap backs and try to get on the offensive boards. Little things like that are going to help Rutgers get through this. Rough start, 5-4, but this was just a big win. And for your freshman, for your star freshman to be the star freshman is what it took. Penn State was one shot from tying this thing up late, and to get 39 points and 27 boards from him, like that is, I don't think this Rutgers team is a championship team. I just don't think that, but that's a championship level mindset from your young guys. I also love Jeremiah Williams today. I felt that he's been too much of a standby guy who was just hitting spot up shots or just standing in the corner or off on the wing. He did a really good job dictating today. He was getting to the hole. He's got handles. We saw it last year. That was the most important. That was probably one of the more exciting, segments is when Jeremiah Williams showed up and was eligible. His ability to just get downhill, shake the defense, get to the second and third level constantly, manipulating the defense constantly. We haven't really seen that this year because I feel like he's been so deferring to Dylan, which is fine, 100% fine. But I think this team is so much better when Jeremiah is being aggressive Jeremiah because that gives Dylan a break. That gives Dylan could really shoot the ball. So now Dylan could be off the ball waiting. Ace can be off the ball. Neither one of them are the ones having to dictate, right? Because like I feel that like late in the game when like Dylan was the one that was trying to attack off the balance and get in the paint. If he didn't have a shot, he was dishing off to like Durkak, and he was dishing off to guys who. Like, yes, Durkak's a really good rebound, a really good energy guy, and really athletic. But would you want Durkak to be the finisher, or do you want the finisher to be one of your studs? Right? And I feel that Jeremiah just relieves a lot of pressure. And, they just did. Penn State could have easily won this game. But I feel that Rutgers answered the runs just enough to keep Penn State at bay. If this game goes for another 2 minutes, we might be talking about something else. But they kept them just far enough. I feel like it was at like 12, right? They don't hang around 10. Don't hang around 10. Then they got to 7. Then they got to 6. Then it went up to 8, right? They kept them at 2 to 3 possessions long enough. Because they didn't really get into 3 until the last couple minutes. Right? And then from there, it was like, who has the better players? And honestly, Rutgers. I think Penn State has more experience. But in terms of talent, toe to toe, I got Rutgers. I got Dylan Harper. I got Ace Bailey. Even Jeremiah Williams, he's super talented. You saw what he did to Zach Hicks tonight. On that one move, he didn't finish it, but you see his talent. Shout out to PJ Hayes and Tyson Acuff. Big threes tonight, bro. Big threes tonight. I thought that the first 12 minutes that Rutgers played was one of the best 12 minutes that I've ever seen them play. From a defensive intensity standpoint, from an offensive standpoint, they were just clicking. First 12 minutes, I think they gave up 17 points, and they scored, I believe, 27 or 28. But I feel everybody was doing their job. I felt everybody was out there just worried about one thing, and that's winning every possession. And that's what Rutgers is, and that's what Steve Pikiell is. Now I just got to be consistent, right? I say consistent a lot because that's what it takes in this league to realize your goals. There's some leagues where you could be inconsistent, but you're not playing a very good ball club. You don't have that luxury in the Big Ten. You just don't have that luxury. So they have to take this, build on it. From Penn State's standpoint, you split. I think that you would much rather beat Purdue and lose to Rutgers than vice versa. Because I think that Purdue win really put Penn State on the map. Even though that late rush by Brian Waddell and CJ Cox to make that win look way different than it really was. Because that was really a 25-point game. But they got it down to like 11. So metrics-wise, it's a little bit off. But, where do you go from here if you're Penn State? I don't understand why they went to Ace late. He was off the whole game. I felt he was over-emotional. I'm not sure what he's got going on, but even when he got a foul call in his favor, he was still complaining about things. Just very unlike him. And I'm not sure what was happening there. I'm not sure. He was in foul trouble quite a bit. Got his 4th foul around 8 or 9 minutes left in the game. Not sure why you would go to him there when you had other guys who were shooting much better on the offensive end. I mean, you had Zach Hicks, you had Dillion, who really came on in that second half there.
Dan Dockage can't guard me.
15 pounds heavier, shooting a step back 3 when Ace has gotten much better shooting the ball, but that's really not his game. Big win for Rutgers tonight. Let's see if they can come out